Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. It is a gloomy and rainy morning over here, and it's been pretty cold recently. Like, it's been chilly. The past couple days, it's been like less than 20 Celsius, which is like low to mid 60s in Fahrenheit, which is kind of strange for August. But I'm enjoying it. I prefer the cold weather, and I really like rainy days if I don't have to like go outside. So I'm enjoying this soothing weather. And I have my tea. I'm drinking my tea again. I hope you guys are doing well. um yes, it is amazing. Yeah, in Japan it's been like mid 30s, which is like low 90s, I think. I'm pretty sure. So I'm happy to be here. I'd much rather be here. Oh my gosh, did you try it? Did you try the Spirit Mother tea? I'm so happy. That's exactly what I'm drinking right now. I've been drinking it like every day. I love it so much. I love chamomile. I think it might be one of my favorites because it reminds me of my grandma. And that's like the base of this one, but it has like other aromas to it, and it's just lovely. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. And you got Persephone as well. Yay! I'm so happy you tried it. Um, I also use my anti-anxiety spray today. I've been in a very like I'm back to my overthinking everything bullshit. So mid 30s is still considered pretty cold here. Jeez. So it goes regularly like into 40s. Hi Joe, it's good to see you. I did a workout yesterday for I've been doing cardio a lot, but I did like a muscle workout for the first time in a month or something yesterday. And oh my God, when I woke up, like my legs are killing me. That's probably a good thing though. I really love running. So, every now and then, I guess I should train my leg muscles. But man, I'm definitely like cardio person more than muscle training. I don't like muscle training, but I love cardio. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Wrong. It's my friend just started the spiritual shop, so like really it's still really new, really small business. But I'm so excited for her, and I'm so happy that you are enjoying this stuff. Hi Topaz. Oh yes, I recognize Blossom Up because of your Instagram. And I actually watched one of your YouTube videos the other day. Um, I didn't understand it, but I still watched it. I watch it because it's so sweet. It was such a nice vibe. Oh, I have a question for Dogan then. Um, when you use uh, muscle subliminal, and does it like make your muscle sore like the same way if you were growing muscles by working out? I remember seeing this study one time. They had like three groups, and they made one group do no exercise, nothing. They made another group exercise, and then they made a third group like think about exercising like for a regular time every day. Like imagine working the muscle. And of course, the group that actually exercised had the most muscle development, but the group that thought about exercising had more than the group that did nothing. And I thought that was crazy. Like maybe it probably wasn't that much, but it was still like significantly different. The Zodiac soap is so nice, isn't it? Mine has teeth marks in it because somebody was biting it, and it wasn't me. It was this baby. But yeah, I love everything from that shop. I'm probably going to make another order soon. And yes, running is my favorite. I love running. I woke up in pain one day, but my body looks so good. What do they say? Beauty is pain. Which stone is in the Libra soap? The Aries one is carnelian, which is like perfect for us. Oh, I have to show you guys. I got a package from Bow Life, which is Vanessa Samayana's brand. You guys might know her from YouTube. But I just wanted to show you the stone that I got because I don't know what it is. I think it might be red jasper because it's red. But I am obsessed with this stone. And last night in the live stream, I was like holding it the whole time. And it makes me feel so good. I wonder what it is though. I like the size too. It's like a palm size. And I've been wanting to get more like big boys because I have a lot of little tumbled guys, but I don't have a lot of like mid-size or bigger ones. And it's nice to switch things up sometimes. Hi. Hi, Tooch. Ooh, lapis lazuli in Libra. I love lapis lazuli. Running on a forest trail in the wind is a dream. I agree. Hi, Rachel. I love Vanessa too. Like her the personalized zodiac messages that she does is like she reads me, well, I wouldn't say reads me to filth, but she reads me very accurately. This is, I think it's like a mix of red and orange from what I can tell. And she said you can use this on your face, on your body, on your hands, whatever. Oh, it could actually be oh, okay, you're talking about this. It could be red carnelian. It could also be red tiger's eye. Actually, when I first saw it, I thought it was tiger's eye, but then when I took it out, I was like, oh, it's more like reddish than brown. But red tiger's eye is a thing. I should just ask. Red tiger's eye. Red tiger's eye looks more like stripy, you know? This is red jasper. I don't know. It also looks kind of different. I think I will just ask because I'm so curious. It makes me feel so good. But then it does have that brownie shade to it a little bit. Oh, thank you. These are my sleeping braids. Yesterday was a hair wash day, so I have to braid it still so that the straight part looks wavy. You know, I have like the bottom half of my hair is straight because of the straight perm I got ages ago. So if I don't put it in braids, it looks very weird. It's like curly, 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 and then so. But I refuse to cut it. It's way easier to get an immigrant visa in the US if I get married to an American. Probably. when I was when I didn't know what I was going to do for my visa, so many people were telling me that I should get married and like only half joking. They're like, "Oh, you could get a spouse visa." And I was like, "Eh." I don't know. Maybe it's easy in the US, but in Japan, it's like kind of like getting any other visa because you still have to renew it. Like you have to renew it every year or every couple years, which is the same as a work visa. You don't get a permanent residence even if you're married and have kids. Um, and the like application process is really strict because there's a lot of people um, there's a lot of foreigners who marry for like just for a visa and it's not a real marriage. In fact, I actually knew this girl from Canada who married a Japanese guy. Well, I was her acquaintance. She was married to a Japanese guy for the visa and she was paying him like $1,000 a month or something to be married to her. And then I think somebody snitched and then she got deported. So there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that in Japan, like fake marriages. So when two people say they're going to get married, they like crack down on you so hard and they like interrogate you really strictly, and they ask for like pictures and they ask for like, you know, proof that you have been together for however long you say. Like you really have to prove your history with this person and that you know everything about them. So it's not just like, oh, okay, you're married, here's a visa. I don't know about other countries, but it seems really strict in Japan. I had a friend from Slovakia who was like legit married, but like they made her renew it after a year or so. And she was like, what the fuck? I discovered the concept of human design this week. I was just looking at it this week too. I'm a manifestor chart type. Me too. I'm a manifesting generator. You look so cute in braids and a fedora. Where do my roots lie? As in like country roots. So I'm born and raised in Canada. Or wait, do you mean my hair roots? I don't know. But anyway, I'm born and raised in Canada, and both my parents are born and raised in Canada. But my mom's family, like my grandparents, are from Italy, and my dad is German and Australian. And I think the Australian part is originally from like England or Ireland or something. So the biggest chunk of my blood is Italian. What is your afkomst, as we say in the Netherlands? Okay, so it was my blood. No, in Ottawa it's 9 a.m. We're in Eastern time, so 9 a.m. And then in Pacific, like in the west of Canada, it's 6 a.m. right now. In Cyprus, it's so hard to get a spouse visa, especially if you're a same-sex couple. Yeah. Japan too, there's no same-sex marriage. But there's some places where same-sex couples can adopt children. It's like you can adopt children, but you can't get married, and you can be recognized as a couple living together. I think I know Sweden has it, but I think other European countries have like the partner visa. So you can get a visa for being somebody's like significant other. You don't have to be married. I thought that was very nice, but I think you still have to like do things to prove that you're together. And I think it's that, like, one of my friends is Jamaican, but their partner is Swedish. And they were saying, like, you have to prove that the Swedish partner could support both of you or something, or that you're living together. So there's a little bit of like requirements, but it seemed like less of a hassle than these like really strict countries. My psychic says I'm marrying a Japanese woman. They better get us our rights quick. I did. Have you seen? There was, and I mean, it went viral like a while ago, but it was like a lesbian marriage in Japan. So I guess it wasn't like a legal marriage, but they had the wedding anyway to like celebrate their love, and it was so sweet. And actually, so in Japan, or in Tokyo anyway, like on the trains, there's so many ads for like bridal, what would you call it? Wedding planning, bridal stuff. And for the first time, like just recently before I came back here, they finally featured like a same-sex couple. Like it was two women getting married. So, it may not be a legal thing yet, but that is proof that the public is embracing same-sex relationships. And so, I do think as it becomes a norm, that will affect the laws eventually. Like that will reflect in the laws. A lot of companies these days as well, they will advertise that they're LGBT friendly, like that there won't be workplace discrimination. And slowly but surely, there's like LGBT friendly apartments as well, meaning that you can, and it's so weird. Like, why wouldn't you be able to move in with your same sex partner? But anyway, slow progress. And I do think it will reflect a law eventually. I love Tabby Eats. And I hope they're loved in Japan. Cutest couple ever. I never heard of them. Oh, wait. I saw them interviewed on Asian Boss. It just popped up in my not recommended, in my Google search. Yes, I saw their interview on Asian Boss. I actually almost worked for Asian Boss, but the pay was really bad. And it was so funny because the reporter, like I went to like a day of training, and the reporter who was working that day was like, "Why do you want to work here?" And was like trying to talk me out of it. Yeah, I really love their content, but I think the reporters don't get paid very well. And also, it's exhausting, like the interviews, because like, yeah, you see the people who are getting interviewed, but you don't see the like 99.9% of people who like say no or ignore you. And it's like, it kind of hurts your feelings. Like when you're going up to all these people, like, can I do a street interview? And they just like keep walking and ignore you. Like I do that too, but it feels bad, man. All right. So I am ready. I have my decks out, and I also have Vanessa's new deck. It's so beautiful. It's the Gentle Heart Tarot. So I'll be using that today too. This is what it looks like. It kind of reminds me of like the Everyday Tarot, but with more diversity. I follow a lot of language channels, and I was recommended a video with you speaking Italian. Oh, really? That's with me and Anna, right? Anna was my roommate. So she's like from Italy. And then was it the one where like we play this game where she makes me guess, I think it was her like Venetian dialect, and then she has to guess my Minchianturese dialect. Yes. I can't speak standard Italian for shit though. I'm actually learning it because I have a Babbel sponsorship coming soon. I'm so excited. I actually really love Babbel, and I like it more than that owl. But the Duolingo, but don't tell the owl because he's gonna come. He's gonna come for me. And I decided to do Italian because I just always wanted to learn the standard language. And I feel like I totally have a Japanese accent when I speak Italian. It sounds so bad. I'm thinking about getting a Canadian passport since I'm already considered. You're considered a Canadian citizen? Huh. Oh my gosh, how did you guys find that video? It's like my dark past. I hadn't started my channel yet at that time. I'm pretty sure. No, I hadn't. Okay. So let's go to Topaz's question. For the first time period that I won't be able to do a personal reading anymore, what message do my guides and angels want me to remember for the time being? What message do my guides and angels want me to remember? First card is the Six of Swords. Then we have the Four of Swords. And the King of Cups. Okay. So I want to tell you first with these two cards, Six of Swords and Four of Swords, that the time that is coming up for you, it's going to be very peaceful mentally. And I'm being shown that specifically like the fall season, the months of October, November, it's going to feel slow. It's going to feel peaceful. It's going to feel refreshing. It's like, how can I say it? It's like a chapter of thinking a certain way, a chapter of speaking to yourself a certain way, a chapter of believing a certain way is over. And your mind is evolving. Your mind is evolving into something that truly loves itself and takes care of itself and prioritizes its peace. Both of these cards have a very, very peaceful energy to them. The number 6 is about health, harmony. The number 4 is about being safe and protected and secure. So this is the energy that is being brought to you. And the Six of Swords, it talks about a situation that was once kind of rough, kind of turbulent, kind of hard. It's becoming easy now. It's becoming smooth and effortless now. And I did think of this as like your mental health is improving. And the two people in this boat, I like how it kind of looks like a mother and a child, because I thought of this as like your spirit guides and angels who are always right behind you, who always literally like have your back as you're moving along on your journey. Hey. And then the Four of Swords is about rest and relaxation and healing. Maintaining your peace of mind, it is something that takes practice and it's something that takes efforts. And I think it's interesting how the swords are appearing here because they're like on the edge of the boat, almost like they're forming a protective wall around you. And swords represent truth. So it's like anytime you have those false negative narratives going in your head, and they are showing that, you know, the negative voice in your head is false. What does Esoteric say? Fear, like Fear, fear is false evidence appearing real. You know, like if you take the first letter, Fear, false evidence appearing real. So this truth is what will protect you. And this is something that you need to put a little bit of effort and a little bit of practice to maintain. So perhaps they want you to get in that practice of like addressing the negative thoughts when they come up and challenging them and asking yourself like, what if I didn't immediately accept these negative thoughts to be true? And what if I put them into question? And what if I assume the positive thing to be true instead? Um, and with the Four of Swords here, again, this is like asking you to take it easy. This could be a card that encourages meditation, which you can just do like by yourself with no guidance. But if you were going to do a specific meditation, like if you like to listen to music or even like guided meditations, I would choose ones that are about like clearing negativity, removing obstacles, promoting positive thinking, raising your vibration. Because there's a lot of focus in these cards about like improving your state of mind, improving your peace of mind. Um, the colors light blue or anything related to the ocean, I think could be especially healing for you. Is there such thing as ocean jasper? I think there is. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. This is ocean jasper. This just came into my mind. Um, sorry, that was kind of out of nowhere. And with the King of Cups here, this is a card about healing, about honoring your emotions, of coming back to your heart space. I feel like you're moving out of an energy where you get anxious and you get, very much in your head, to something that you're more peaceful and more sure of yourself. Um, and actually, the anxiety that you feel might be related to like an emotional wound rather than just being like, oh, it's just a habit that I have, or oh, I'm just an anxious person. Um, that anxiety might be like a response to some trauma that is not resolved. So this could be calling for like some rest and a period of emotional healing for you. But I am being shown that the months of October and November will be very, very peaceful for you. So maybe there's like a little bit more of like purging, a little bit more of healing, which can come with discomfort to work through in the month of September. But come October, I think things will be much better. This King of Cups could also be showing that there's going to be very loving and supportive people coming into your life soon. Ooh. You have this deck? I love this deck. Kind of made me like think about making a deck, but I don't know what I would do yet. Messages from Maxim, or how can I make my connection stronger with the universe? I'll start with the Maxim one. Messages from Maxim. Ooh. Knight of Wands and the Devil. So these two cards fell out at exactly the same time. This is a very yesterday in somebody's question, we were doing like a twin flame check-in, and I think it was the Queen of Wands and the Devil, but that fell out at the same time, but still very, very similar energy here. This is definitely like a physical or sexual attraction that we're seeing here. The Devil is like when you cannot get somebody off your mind. You could even say it's like you're bordering on like obsessive thoughts about them. You're very, very attracted to them. You're like thinking about them in that way. And with the Knight of Wands, this is like confidently moving towards somebody. So I wonder if like you're going to be hearing from him or if he's going to be expressing these feelings to you soon. But yeah, the first message is like, I can't stop thinking about you. I find you incredibly attractive. We also have judgment and the Four of Cups. So there's something about him like thinking a lot about your past. I feel like he's not, but the Four of Cups, he's like dissatisfied with the way that things are now between you guys. And like if you had a stronger connection, if you were like more involved with each other, closer, more in communication in the past, I think he's thinking about that a lot. And this is about like dissatisfaction with your current situation, judgment. It can literally be about judgment. The message that it brings us is like asking us to forgive the past and move forward. But with these two coming out together, it is kind of giving me like a dwelling in the past energy, and maybe even like a regret kind of energy. Like maybe he's thinking like if I had been more like this Knight of Wands before, if I had been more forward, if I had let these emotions come out more, if I had said and did this differently, maybe we would be like closer now. Maybe we would still be together or involved with each other in the way we were before. And with judgment, there may be like an inner debate of whether or not to move on, because I've seen judgment go in both ways. It's kind of a tricky card like that, where it can indicate that you're like stepping up. You're stepping up, you're going to come forward, you're going to make this work. How they're like answering the call. But it can also be about like, okay, I'm not going to dwell in the past anymore because the past can't be changed. And I see the current situation. It is what it is. And I'm going to move on. So I might just take an extra card to see which iteration of that it is. Okay, there's Nine of Cups. So, okay, there's still feelings here for you. And the Nine of Cups, it's like one step away to completion, one step away to being the 10 of Cups. And I feel, and look, in this card, he's being offered a cup, but he doesn't see it yet. So I feel like he's still searching for that last cup with you. He's still searching for that completion with you. So probably this judgment is more of like, okay, the past is the past. I can't change the past. I can't go back and do things differently, but it's not too late now to make this work. It's not too late now to build that connection that I wanted to build. So I have a feeling with this Knight of Wands coming forward, with these people answering the call, I feel like he will be making a move at you soon. And the way this image is, like with the angel honking down with the trumpet, this might be a message of like his and or your spirit guides are going to start being very like loud and obnoxious and obvious towards him. Like when your angels are being really loud and sending like a million synchronicities a day, they're going to start doing that to him. And even maybe like audible things, like picking up on bits of someone's conversation, picking up on a bit of a song that is like a direct message to you. Yeah, he's going to start getting that because he's being pushed to move towards you. Okay. So for Rong's question, I want to know a bit about my love situation. I have a person in mind who has separated with me for 4 years and no contact. He is in China and I am in the US. Any insight, advice, or message? I don't know if you can hear, but there's sirens going off in the background. Any messages or advice? You've been separated for 4 years, no contact. Okay, so this person is thinking about you a lot and there's a lot they want to say to you. This is actually just something recently that my decks taught me, or that my decks showed me. Usually when I was shuffling, if like a huge chunk of cards fell out, like way too many for me to read, normally I would just be like, oops, and pick it up and keep shuffling. But they recently told me, like, no, when that happens, it means that there's a lot to talk about, or it means that the energy of the person you're channeling is that they have a lot of feelings, they have a lot of thoughts, they have a lot that they want to say. So that's the first message that is coming through. You're still heavily on this person's mind. The fact that they have a lot to say, it might just be that they miss you, or it might be even that they feel there was unfinished business, or things that were left unsaid that they still think about. We have the Seven of Crystals. This is the Seven of Wands. The High Priestess. And the King of Swords. And then we also have the Chariot at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so with the Seven of Wands here, I feel like he is resisting. He's resisting the pull that he feels. He's resisting the connection that he still feels. The Seven of Wands for me, like the personal interpretation is like there's a lot of 3D barriers to the situation. So it makes sense. Like there's a long period of no contact. There is a physical distance. And I feel like this person tends to think more about the barriers and think more about what is in the way, rather than thinking about like the potential of a future with you. So it's a little bit more of like a defeated or pessimistic way of looking at the situation. And then with this card, there's also a message of like fighting and resistance. So I do think that he's fighting those feelings. We do have the High Priestess here, which is like a deep intuitive knowing. She's the more feminine side. She's the more emotional side. So deep down, I do think that there's a knowledge of like this connection with something really significant. There may even be recognition of like being soulmates, like having a deep spiritual connection, because that is what the High Priestess represents. But I feel like this deep intuitive knowing is constantly being fought or constantly being suppressed, because he's like, there's no way that this is going to work out anyway. Like we've already been separated for so long. We have all of this distance between us. And so it's like his mind is constantly telling him just let it go. It's not going to work. And the King of Swords too, such an appropriate card to like sum up this energy, because the King of Swords is somebody who is really acting out of their mind and their logical thinking rather than their heart. So it's like, even though the intuition side tells this person that there's something there, there's something always going to be there, he really has his walls up to that. I so often see the King of Swords as like someone who is guarding their heart, someone who is detached from the situation. So it does look to me like this person is trying to move on. I honestly could say from these cards, like it doesn't look like he would reach out to you, or that he would make a move towards you, at least not the way the current energies are. Like, it doesn't look like he would try to look for you or try to start something up there, because it's like he already has it in his mind, like, this is done, this isn't going to work. And even if he does have this feeling in his heart, it's constantly being blocked and suppressed by this, because he feels like that's what he has to do, you know, like, get over it, move on. That is just the current energy. And that's not to say that, it's not to say that there couldn't be a divine intervention in the future. But with the Chariot here as well, it made me think, like, it's almost like your guides don't want you to be, they don't want you to be hung up on this connection, like, they don't want it to bring you any stress or sadness anymore. And with this Chariot, I almost feel like they're saying there's this amazing chapter coming to you soon, um, where you're going to be making so many accomplishments, where you're going to be creating so much abundance in your life, where you're going to start to be recognized and celebrated and moving forward with your passion, moving forward with what you love to do. And they're saying, like, you have all of these amazing things coming to you. Just wait. And I feel like when you really start to live the life that you want to live, and you really start to do what you love, and make progress in that way, maybe you will feel the pull to this person, like, less and less. Like, it will stop making you sad. It will stop making you feel the longing, because it's like, I am so in love with my present moment and what I'm doing right now, more than I'm in love with the past. And it will come naturally to you, like, as you move along, as you start to accomplish more things. I just think it will weigh on you less and less. And they may even be telling you to keep your options open. Now, I do believe in free will. I believe we can manifest anything. And, like, if you really, really can't let go of the connection, I can't, like, say that it's never gonna work out, but I almost feel like maybe there's other options, like, as you start moving along your path, as you start succeeding, and pursuing your passions, I feel like you're going to meet new people who are, like, in alignment with the person that you've become. So maybe, like just wait to see what the universe has up their sleeve for you. Just wait to see what other connections are coming your way, because I think amazing things are coming very soon to you. Okay, Alan says, I intend to focus on my marketing business for the next year. Does the universe have better ideas for me to consider, or what to know about this business? So we have the 8 of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups. And they both fell out really quickly at the same time. It's the Judgment card again. This is, like, the most confusing card for me, so I need to take a clarifier for it. Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm glad I took that clarifier, because we have the 4 of Wands to clarify Judgment. Same thing I said for Dogen's reading. This one is kind of like a tricky one for me, because I'm like, are you answering the calling and stepping up to make this happen? Or are you assessing the situation and moving on to something else? And then we got the 4 of Wands. So this is about a calling. The 4 of Wands is like one of your greatest joys. And so it's almost like we're being shown here, this business that you're working on, I think not only is it going to bring you joy and be fulfilling and satisfying in itself, but it's going to allow for you to live the life that you most love to live. So what I'm imagining is that, it would bring you the financial rewards that you need It will bring you the connections that you need in order to live your most happy and blessed life. You know, to live in your dream house, to have your dream lifestyle, your dream hobbies, environment, people around you. What you're pursuing right now, it is going to lead to that. And the reason you're working on this business right now is because you heard the call. You heard the call from your guides. You heard the call from this angel. Like, it's time to step up. It's time to come out of my box and, put everything I have into this. And it's going to make you very happy. This is a card that talks about marriage, but more generally, it can talk about like unions between two people. So there may be an important partner who is going to be with you on this journey that you develop a very close relationship with. This could also literally be a message about you doing things outside the box. Like maybe your approach to business is outside the box, or like the business itself is kind of different. So you could be like breaking barriers. And even the number 1111, it's about like new beginnings, new manifestations, taking initiative. It has that feeling of you being like something of a pioneer, game changer. It's like that kind of energy. So with the Eight of Cups here, there's the Eight of Cups and the Queen of Cups, which came out at the same time. Maybe the business partner is a water sign. I don't know if that's a message I got from the guides or if that's just me. I think that's just me speculating. But with the Eight of Cups here, and this is actually quite an interesting card, because it came up recently in somebody else's reading in a very similar way. And it's like, if you answer this calling and if you put like your efforts into this, you might be able to, it's like walk away from other things that you're doing, other things that are less fulfilling, because that's what the Eight of Cups is. It's walking away from things that aren't fulfilling, things that don't serve you anymore. And the way it came up in this other person's reading was that they were working like a office job, and they were sick of it and they wanted to pursue a spiritual career. And it was like, if you keep going with this, you will be able to walk away from your office job and just do your spiritual career, which was like their Four of Wands. So it's like, you could see a time where you really are investing like all or most of your energy into this, and it's like you don't have to do things that you don't want to do for money anymore, because money isn't the problem. So when you don't have to worry about survival or money or like hitting certain goals all the time, you can just do what makes you happy. And that's what the Queen of Cups is too. It's like doing what your heart wants to do rather than what is practical or what your logic tells you to do. So this looks really, really nice. The thing that you said though about better ideas for you to consider with this Queen of Cups here, while you're not being discouraged from your marketing business, maybe someday you might want to offer spiritual services, even if it's not directly you who is offering them. Maybe you want to do like, the church bells are ringing. Maybe you want to like, I don't know, make a platform, make a website, like something like, I don't know, Gaia, where it's like you own the platform, but other spiritual creators, spiritual teachers can use your platform to spread their teachings. Or something like Keen, where it's like you own the website, but you created a platform for psychics to come in and offer their gifts to other people. That might be something that you consider in the future. But it looks like this, I'm so happy. I think maybe that's just going to be a thing that I have to do from now on. When I get judgment, I have to pull a clarifier, because I never know which way, but it's the happy way. It's the you're being encouraged to go for it way. You would also be treated like a citizen in Cyprus because you're a Commonwealth citizen too? Really? Hmm. I didn't know that was like a thing. Hi, Yi. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. Your question is, will I have a chance to move to USA for work? We have the Eight of Swords, which fell out when I was shuffling. I'm going to leave this to the side because I don't know if it's actually part of your message just yet. We have Two of Swords, Princess of Cups. This is the Page of Cups. And the Five of Wands. Oh, okay. So with the Two of Swords here, it's like you will have the chance, but there's indecision here. So it's either like when the moment comes, you will be on the fence, like if you should really go for it and really make the move or stay where you are. Or you may actually be getting the chance to go somewhere other than the USA, because there's two options here for sure. One of them is moving to the USA. So, like, to answer your question, yes, you will have a chance, but there's another choice. There's another choice, whether it's staying where you are or going to another country. And I feel like here you are going to be torn from what you should do. Deep down, with this Princess of Cups here, deep down, you know what your heart wants. So this is not so much like, oh, both options seem amazing and like they're equally amazing and I don't know what to do. This is probably something where it's like, my heart tells me this way and my mind tells me this way. So it might be that like one of the options is like, better, it makes more sense financially, or it makes more sense logistically, but it's not really where your heart wants to go. With the Five of Wands here, with the option that you really want, I feel like people are going to be opposing it. This is Two of Swords and Five of Wands together is a tricky energy because it creates a lot of inner conflict about your decision. So I'll give an example. So let's say like I have to choose, am I going to stay in Canada or am I going to go back to Japan? And my heart wants to go back to Japan. So that's the Princess of Cups. That's like what my heart wants to do. But then with the Five of Wands, it's like maybe all my family and friends are saying, no, like you have to stay in Canada because what about this and this and this thing? Like you have responsibilities here and like we're going to miss you. And so they're like saying all this stuff to me that is conflicting with what my heart wants and that I could internalize, and then that's going to make me like second guess myself. Like, wait, maybe actually I don't want to go to Japan. No, you're right. Like I'm going to stay here because that's the right thing to do and that's the most practical decision. So it's like something might be getting in your head and making you think that you don't want it, but your heart really does want it. And now I kind of see how the Eight of Swords makes sense, because Eight of Swords is like when you are holding yourself back or when you think that you can't do something, but the truth is that you can. So whatever this Five of Wands is, it's like it's making you think that you can't go where you want to go or that you can't choose the option that you want to choose, but you really can. So just remember that. Remember that the choice is yours. You can do whatever you want. And you're being encouraged to follow your heart with this one rather than what's practical or rather than what other people are saying. And just be wary. Be wary of people who are like trying to convince you one way or the other. If anybody's giving you advice about where you should go or what you should do, take it with a grain of salt, because it might cloud your judgment and make you think like, oh yeah, you're right, I do want to go here. But it's like not what your heart is saying. There's a lot of like, there's a lot of warning about that here. So be this Page of Cups, be this Princess of Cups, and follow your heart. But anyway, that was like a really long way to say, yes, you will have the chance. Okay, so Joe, your question is, a friend and work colleague has given me lots of freelance work for a while. I'm so grateful as I need the money, but she doesn't know I don't want to do this work forever, and I want to break away from it when I can. Is there any insight on our relationship for the future? Insight on your relationship for the future. There's a Six of Diamonds. This is the Six of Pentacles. Page of Cups. And the Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. It's funny that we get the Page of Cups when we just got it in Yi's reading, because it had that feeling of like you need to do what your heart wants to do. Here with the Six of Diamonds or the Six of Pentacles, this is a really nice card because it literally talks about like new responsibilities being assigned to you and your financial situation improving as a result. And interestingly, as you guys might know, I do think of this card as like a spirit guide bringing two people together. So I do think that this work that you have received, even if it's not what you want to do forever, it is a blessing that came from a spirit guide. Like, there's some spirit guide who arranged this exchange between the two of you so that you could have this opportunity for money. You could have this opportunity to make money. I think that you're going to do a great job in this work. And also with this card being about fairness and reciprocity, what I'm feeling is that one day you would return this favor. One day when you are successful in your creative endeavors, you will also be able to help this friend out. I'm not exactly sure how. Maybe it's kind of vague, but you will return this somehow. You breaking away from this work eventually, I don't see that having like a strain on your relationship in any way, because this card represents a very like healthy and harmonious connection. And with the Page of Cups too, like this is somebody who cares for you. This is somebody who has compassion for you. And it's interesting with this Wheel of Fortune here, because this is about like divine intervention. So if you were worried about, if you were worried about like the moment you have to break it to this friend, like that can always be kind of iffy. It's like, I'm really grateful that you gave me this work, but I don't want to keep doing this. If you're worried about that being uncomfortable, that making you seem ungrateful and worried of the moment you have to do that, the Wheel of Fortune says that there's going to be some divine intervention so that you don't have to do that uncomfortable thing. Like that's going to be taken care of for you. So again, I don't see like strain being put on the relationship in any way. I guess if I can give an example, let's say you're doing this freelance work and then one of your creative projects has like blown up and seen amazing success. So now you have a lot of offers coming to you there. This would be like, well, for one, that's like your divine intervention coming in. That's things starting to move in a good direction. But this would look like your friend saying to you, like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Now, like, you're doing this work that you love to do. And maybe you cannot handle this anymore. Maybe you can't handle all this workload anymore. Or like, maybe somebody's like moving away or something like that. It's like a divine intervention that will make it clear, like, see, I just can't do this anymore because of this outside circumstance. So you don't have to go through that uncomfortable moment of like, thank you, I'm grateful, but I don't want to do this anymore. You're not going to have to do that. That's what the Wheel of Fortune is saying. It will just, something big will happen that's like outside of your control, and it will, and so it is. Like, I'm not doing it. But I like this energy here because Page of Cups is like a creative person, someone who wants to follow their heart, like we saw in Yi's reading, but they're still at the beginning stages of it. And I feel like this work, although it may not be what you want to do forever, it is going to bring you resources to nurture this Page of Cups, to nurture this like aspiring creative soul who wants to grow up into the Queen of Cups and share their gifts more. So this is giving you some of that like practical aspect, giving you the resources that you need to make it happen. So this is a good thing. It's a good thing. Your guides brought this to you for a reason. Your guides also know that you don't want to be in this forever. So they're like, don't worry about it. We already have the way out for you. So you won't have to have like any awkward or uncomfortable moments with this friend or like put strain on the relationship in any way. And this is also like I said, a fair person and a compassionate person. So I'm sure that this friend will want like the best for you and want you to do what you love at the end of the day. The rain is coming down so much. I love it. Okay, for Rachel, how do I increase my happiness and satisfaction? Ooh. Okay, so 2 cards that came out at the same time. Oh, wow. Okay, this is a really like straightforward message. 2 cards that came out at the same time, Page of Air and 3 of Water, which is a Page of Swords and 3 of Cups, and then 8 of Earth and Unity, which is the Hierophant and the 8 of Pentacles. This is so funny too because both of these pairings are like pairings that I recognize that like, oh, when this pairing comes out, it means this. So that was really cool. Thank you to your guides for speaking my language. So this whole reading is about the people surrounding you, namely like your friendships. With this card here, the Page of Swords and the 3 of Water, this is about like direct, straightforward, blunt communication with your friends and the people in your life. So the first thing is starting to be more blunt, starting to be more blunt and straightforward with your friends. I feel like I don't think you're a people pleaser. I don't really get that vibe, but I do think that you're like very concerned with like other people's feelings. Like you don't want to upset them. You don't want to bother them. You don't want to like make waves. And this is like to start asserting your likes and dislikes more bluntly, start asserting like your needs and expectations, the type of treatment that you want in relationships more bluntly. The Page of Air is like, it says truth delivered without tact, but it's like that I'm gonna tell it to you straight. And you know what this is making me think of? Because the three of water, it is friendships, but usually it's like people coming together to like drink or party or something. And like I experienced this in my early 20s. I'm sure a lot of people experience it, but it's like sometimes you're friends with people just because they're there. Like when you're in your early 20s and like there's friends that you drink or party with, or like you're like gossiping with. I'm not saying you're doing those things, but it's like, yes, you can have fun together, but it's like, would I really be friends with this person if we were both like being ourselves, and if we were both being like straight up, this is how I am? I hope that you understand what I mean. It's like being more deliberate in choosing who you spend time with, being more deliberate about thinking like, is this person really compatible with me or not? And that's the example that they're giving me, which is weird because I don't think you like party that much, but it's like when you have friends who, it's like, are we really friends or do we just have fun when we drink together? Like, are our personalities really compatible? Maybe there's like a different application in your life, but it's something like that where they kind of want you to get real about the people who are around you. Like, is this person really a good match for me, or are we just familiar with each other? Have we just known each other for a long time? So then we move on to the Eight of Pentacles and the Hierophant, which is totally finding like-minded people who have the same goals as you and who have the same vision for you in the long-term future. And I think we've seen something about this in like one of your previous readings. I think it was even like, didn't we see that this is what would happen if you go to Japan? Like you'll find a community of people like you. Um, it's just a message of like, start choosing more deliberately who is in your life based on like, are their values in alignment with yours? Are there like hobbies and interests in alignment with yours? Are there goals for the future and their work ethic and stuff in alignment with yours, rather than just like, oh, I've known this person for a long time and we're just used to spending time together and we do these like activities together, if that makes sense. Like it's time to form these like serious, deliberate adult relationships that are really like in alignment with you, and also like not staying in someone's life to be nice, if that makes sense. But start thinking like, when you have connections in your life, like, how is this serving, how are we serving each other? How is this serving me? But like, how are we serving each other and benefiting each other? And now she's chewing on my arm. But yeah, depending on the people who surround you, I feel like your motivation, your optimism, your like work drive, your passions can be awakened a lot more. Ow! She's biting me a lot. Apparently, Maxime and I live really close to each other. I forgot to tell you about this. He asked me when I'm going to go back to NYC. When are you going to go back to NYC? I'm going to go there next month, I think. Yeah, I feel like he's been thinking about you. He's been thinking about making moves. Though he has fire energy, it makes sense since he's in Aries. Good. You have good taste. Your spiritual community is way too messy at the moment. I just pulled some cards for Maxim and got the Devil, Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands. So it's really similar. Six of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. And Another would be Singapore, where my twin flame is, but I want to let go of him. Ah, that makes sense. Singapore would be a nice place to visit too. And I've been to Thailand once. I'm doing homework. Oh, okay. So, okay, let's get into the second questions now. When will my next big blessings come? And what do my spirit guides want to tell me about when it will come? So, first, when will your next big blessings come? And the card that appeared is 10 of Pentacles, which actually it matches quite well because I was feeling like October is going to be an important month. We also have the Chariot at the bottom of the deck, which I felt called to pick up. I feel like this is representing the month of October since it's 10, with October being the 10th month, and also because it's in the fall season, which is what Pentacles represent. And then I feel like this is showing a pretty long window of when things will be successful for you, because I feel like it's in the last month of the year that things are going to start moving forward. And then by next summer, you will be like living your dreams. You'll be doing everything that you want to do with this Chariot card. And this is really positive energy together because 10 of Pentacles is about abundance accumulating. So it's like slowly but surely you're building your way up. You're building a solid foundation. You're starting to see the money come in. You're starting to see how it will positively impact your future. And then the Chariot is like a huge leap forward, a huge success. It's like a blowing up kind of thing. A huge success, recognition. And part of your, oh my God, she's playing with this. Part of your success is going to be like how you move people emotionally with this Chariot card. So I kind of feel like from the fall season, maybe you're going to have a huge boost of motivation and you're going to really start putting like steady efforts into your projects, building up over time. And then by next summer, it's like you have an empire. And this is the moment where you're really like shooting for the stars. And there may be some relocation here with the Chariot as well, because it can show like you're physically moving somewhere. But yes, I do think this blessing is to do with your abundance and with your creative projects that are really taking off and you're really seeing success with them. And they're going to be able to sustain you in the long term for sure. She literally is like chewing on me. She's chewing on my arm. Tina, it's very rude. It's very rude. What do your spirit guides want to tell you about when it will come? Any advice for you? Advice for you is the 8 of Pentacles. So consistency is key. Be consistent. And this is also like practice makes perfect. So you don't need to be perfect just yet. If you're thinking like, I'm not going to put this out there until it's perfect, they're saying go for it anyway, because, and that's actually what the Chariot says too. Chariot is very much like a just go for it kind of energy, because in terms of the skills that you need to develop, like you will learn as you go along. The 8 of Pentacles can also be like, okay, just for an example, because I saw like you had a video about manifestation. 8 of Pentacles could be advice like, start to read more books about manifestation, start to watch more documentaries about manifestation, maybe even like take a course in manifestation, because 8 of Pentacles is all about like building up your knowledge and building up your skills. So, if it came out for me, it would be advising me like take a tarot course, read a book about tarot, like learn more about the history of it, do things to like brush up, I think is the right expression, do things to like refine your skills as you're in this period of like building up your foundation. Actively, do you see this? Actively do things to like build up those skills so that you can start to feel more confident in your knowledge, and that so that you start to feel like an expert, whether that's courses or just self-taught things or just good old practice, but like putting in the work to developing the skills. That's your advice. Hope my plans work out and I get to move soon. I hope so too. I told my spirit guides to send you a bunch of love. Oh, and then your cat came over 1 second later. She's so psychic. She honestly is. I feel like she can see things in the house. And my sister and I say that we're soulmates, like me and Tina. I believe it. Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, I'm not like 100% sure of the dates yet. But I'm gonna be in New York City probably from the 12th to the 21st. So yeah, of course. That would be so cool to meet. Okay, so second questions. How can I meet and find my soul family? When and where and how? Okay, so I'm gonna do like a when card, a where card, and a how card. When? Oh my gosh. Toot. Toot. And look, we got the Prince of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups. Toot. That's very rude. She really likes tarot cards. Like sometimes when I'm shuffling them, when it like comes out on the table, she'll take it for herself. Like, this is my card. Now she's biting it. Do you want to read the card, teeny weeny? Oh, she's having a lot of fun with that. So for the when, you got the Knight of Cups, and what's coming to my mind is Pisces season. So February, March. For the where, we have the 10 of Cups. So it's when you are pursuing your greatest joy. When you're pursuing your greatest joy that you will find them. I feel with all of this like cups and water energy, I definitely feel that your soul tribe is like a bunch of creatives, artists, spiritual, sensitive people. And let me see. I wonder if you're going to be like outside or by the water or something. I'm just looking at how this person is being led to the water. Oh, maybe it's like, because I imagine this is like they're on their journey and they just came to the water to stop and like take a break and take a drink. So maybe it's like you're working on something and then you're on break. And you know, like when you're on break, like you're in the break room and you're chatting to people, like you're at the water cooler, you're like replenishing. I see it's like you're on a set or something, or you're in a break room, just taking time in between what would you call it, projects, and then you just get to talking together. And for the how, yeah, we have 10 of Wands and 8 of Pentacles, so this is definitely work related. Wow. There's a lot of repeating cards coming out. So yes, when you're working on something, And with the 10 of Wands here, it is kind of a tough card because it talks about being like really busy, having a lot on your plate, having a lot of responsibilities. Um, that might be something that like gets you guys talking. Like, I don't know, it's been a really long day at work. You've been there for hours and you're taking this break and you're like, man, what a long day. And like bonding about like how busy you guys are, like how tired you guys are, talking about all of the things that you've been working on. That might be something too with both of these coming out together because you are very hardworking people. So maybe like your initial small talk is like, oh, so like what else do you have going on right now? Oh, well, I'm working on this project and this project. Oh my gosh, you have so much on your plate right now. This is the kind of like chats that I see you guys initially having. Is there anything else? You know, this 10 of Wands doesn't look as bad as the usual 10 of Wands. There's nobody carrying a burden on their back, which is like really typical. Really typical of the 10 of Wands usually. This to me looks more like the 4 of Wands. The way there's like this archway, the sun is shining, this union. It looks a lot more happy to me. So maybe it's like, yes, you're very tired and very busy and you have a lot of responsibilities, but it's like you wouldn't have it any other way because you, like you're doing what you love to do so much and you're like really grateful to be busy. So maybe it's less of like a complaining about how busy you are, but more like a, oh my gosh, that's so exciting. You have so much going for you. But yeah, I think you're going to bond over work and like the different things that you're working on. Um, you're going to meet on break somewhere is what's coming up. And the timing was Pisces season ish. Okay, so for Rachel, what does my future spouse's higher self want me to know about our connection? Oh, and Tina is a Pisces. That's why she's psychic. She's Pisces, Sun, Libra, Moon, and Sagittarius rising. The lady that my sister adopted her from actually knows like what time she was born, which is really cool. What does my future spouse's higher self want me to know about our connection? 7 of Cups. 2 of Swords. Oh, baby. And the 5 of Swords. Oh my gosh, this is really sad. Okay, so like this person is really, really sweet. This person is a huge romantic. They're a very romantic person. They like dream and fantasize a lot about the day that they will meet you. They might actually like literally have dreams about you, like meet you in the astral world. But I'm thinking more of like, you know, they're always daydreaming and thinking like, when will I meet my love? When will I meet the one? This is somebody who it's like they love with all their heart and they love really fully. But unfortunately, I feel like that's been taken advantage of in the past, or that's not been reciprocated in the past. And so they're kind of two minds right now, and they feel very sad about it because it's like, on one hand, they really want to keep being romantic. Like they really want to keep dreaming and believing that you're out there, and they don't want to let go of that. You know, they don't want to let go of that happily ever after dream. but then they're torn, and sometimes they're like, maybe it's time to just accept that love like this doesn't exist. Maybe it's time to like harden up a little bit and let go. Maybe I'm being too like, maybe I'm romanticizing relationships too much. And so I feel this kind of back and forth within them that's overwhelming at times, because I feel like as much as they might try to like shut off that part of themselves and be more like hard and be more cynical, it's like they can't. Like that romantic idealist energy and that like pull towards you, it's always going to like surface back up, and then they're going to start like daydreaming again. It's like they can't shut off that part of themselves, and they shouldn't. Man, they should not. I don't want life to harden them like that, or I don't want them to like have to like lower their expectations, because what if you're not out there? And with the Five of Swords here, there's a lot of inner conflict and confusion with this person. And I feel like sometimes they're like, what if you're not really out there after all? Like, what if my person, what if my future spouse, what if the one doesn't exist for me? And sometimes they think like this. So this is kind of like the duality, the tug of war that is within them right now. There's something about this person could be like an amazing artist in some way, but when they try to shut off that daydreamy, romantic, fantasy, emotional part of themselves, it does like a great disservice to what they could express and what they could create. So this is what's going on with them internally right now. Oh, and when it comes to you and how they feel about you, they have the world. I'm thinking of this literally like this person feels the world about you, or no, they think the world about you, and you are like their world. You are their everything. The world is like completion. So it's like, this is it. I have everything I need. I have everything I want right here. You're like the whole package. The world could also be a confirmation that this is somebody, but it's like international. So maybe your psychic is right. And I think I've seen like in readings that we've done as well that you could meet this person in Japan. But yeah, I feel like they are from a different background, different country than you. And also, the world to me is like kind of power couple vibes, or like couple goals vibes. So, I mean, these doubts are obviously going to be proven wrong. Even if they're at a place right now where they're like ready to give up on the idea that you're out there or that you exist, it's going to be proven wrong, because this is like completion, fulfillment, accomplishing your heart's desires. And yes, for me, the world is a couple that's like, people see you and they want to be like you. I wish I had a partner like that. I wish I was in a relationship like that. Yeah. Oh, and Ace of Cups at the bottom, new beginnings in love. Yeah, they are out there. In case you're having any of those like similar worries too, they are out there, they are real, they are longing for you. Okay, how can I make my connection stronger with the universe? Ooh, that came out really quickly. Awakening. I feel like it's already what you're doing right now. This is a card that has come up for you when it comes to you staying where you are. Like, you're feeling stuck in your current environment. And I feel like this is exactly what you're doing right now. Like, you being stuck where you are and having this time to yourself, it is to make your connection stronger with the universe. So it's like you're asking how to do it, but I truly think that you're already doing it. We have Page of Fire. This is creativity. So expressing yourself creatively is going to be a really nice way for you to connect to spirit, to connect to source, to channel ideas, and just in generally building up confidence towards yourself so that you will always trust the ideas that are coming through. You will always trust the inspirations that are coming through. But if you're not doing any kind of like artistic activities right now, you might want to try, like, whether it's like singing or drawing or writing or something like that. That's going to make your connection stronger. Ooh, and look at this. We have the Queen of Earth. Throughout your life, I feel like you have, how do you say it? You're always going to have a heads up from the universe about where you're meant to go and what you're meant to do. Almost like you have that angel in your ear telling you where you need to be at any given moment. And this connection that you've developed, I know it's been hard because, maybe you feel stuck in life, you feel stuck where you are. But this connection that you're fostering right now with your higher self and with spirit, it's going to bring so much abundance to you in your long-term future. This Pentacles energy is like more things in the long term, things that may have been slow to come, but once they do come, they are here to stay. So just know all of the efforts that you've put in, all the efforts that you're putting in right now, they are going to pay off in your long-term future, because no matter where you go, spirit is going to be in your ear telling you like, oh, go after that opportunity. Don't go off after that one. Be at this place at this time. Like, you have the walkthrough, you have the cheat code because you took the time to develop that connection, and it's going to bring you a ton of wealth. It's going to bring you a ton of wealth, like inner wealth and also like outer physical wealth. So the message for you is like, you're already doing it. If I could give any piece of advice, turning to some form of creative or artistic expression could help to get that channel open a little bit more. Okay, wrong second question. Is my application for PR in Canada a good choice? Page of Pentacles. Page of Swords. And Six of Pentacles. Wow. So this is coming through as a yes for me with the Page of Pentacles here, as well as the Six of Pentacles. There's some indication of there being a career opportunity for you, because the Page of Pentacles does talk about like a new job opportunity, a new project. It talks about good news in finances as well. So I'm wondering if like you would be able to save, like you'll be able to save more money by like living here in the long term. You'll be able to make more money, live a more comfortable life. You'll definitely have a good career. And with the Six of Pentacles here, there's something about being treated fairly. What is this trying to express? It could be that you will be evaluated favorably in the application process. You will be evaluated fairly, or just that in your life in Canada, you're going to get the opportunities that you deserve. You're going to get the abundance that you deserve. There's a feeling of you getting what you deserve, getting what is fair, getting out of things what you've put in. Like, the efforts that you put in are going to pay off. So it's like, this is a very reasonable, practical, fair, and abundance generating choice for you. Yes, I do think that this is a good choice. With the Page of Swords, there's many meanings to this card, but I'm thinking of it as friendships in this case. So there could be some wonderful friends that you're going to make. And actually, I just noticed there's 2 pages and it looks like they're coming together. And the 6 of Pentacles for me has that extra meaning of a spirit guide trying to bring 2 people together. So yeah, yes, this is talking about your friendships. So a good choice for your career, a good choice for your relationships, a good choice for being treated fairly and your efforts paying off. Any last messages or advice for you? 8 of Wands. I'm not sure that this is advice, but they're saying it will happen faster than you think, because this is things manifesting very quickly or things manifesting all at once. So they're saying it will happen faster than you think, or you should do it sooner than you're planning, or something like that. Okay. Your second question is, how is my twin flames energy towards me? Ooh, 2 cards came out at the same time. Ace of Cups, 10 of Cups, and the 6 of Cups. Ace of Cups, 10 of Cups, and 6 of Cups. There is a ton of Cups energy here, a ton of emotional energy here. So this person is very much in their feelings right now, very much in their feelings about you. The message that came through here with the Ace of Cups, it can be like romantic feelings towards somebody, and especially like wanting a new beginning with someone. It can definitely have that message. But recently, I've been more so interpreting it as like somebody who is focusing on themselves, somebody who's focusing on, their self-love, their self-care, their healing, connecting with their heart, connecting with their spirituality. So this might be the energy that he's in right now. And it makes sense. It's almost coming through as like, as he's starting to connect back to his emotions and his heart space, the feelings for you are like starting to resurface and become strong again. And almost he might be coming to this realization of like, I never really got over you. I was just really good at distracting myself. I was just really good at suppressing it. Because it's like, as soon as he gets back in touch with his heart, all of this just pours out again. So it's like, was it ever really gone? Or was I just good at like putting it out of my mind and, trying to forget about it? But with the 10 of Cups, there's a really clear message here of like you being this person's happily ever after, you being this person's everything. And you can really tell in this imagery, these 2 people coming together. This is definitely a romantic union, but this card says that like you make this person's heart so full that you're everything that he's ever wanted, and still thinks about you in a very loving and very happy way. The 6 of Cups is a soulmate card. So he might actually see you as a soulmate, but it's also about the past. So this reading might be showing he's been like reminiscing, that's the word. He's been reminiscing a lot, and like memories of you are coming back up again, and that there's a longing to go back to that time when you were still together, when he still had you. Very, very strongly in his feelings, thinking a lot about the past with you, really connected to his emotions right now, and like realizing these emotions never faded. They were always still there. Have you ever considered filming a video about your tattoos? Um, I think, I don't know, if enough people ask for it, I might, but I haven't really thought about it. Do people treat you differently in Japan because of your tattoos? No. I feel like the younger generation doesn't really care about them. Some businesses have turned me away because of them. Like there's some gyms that won't allow tattoos. I even went to a restaurant once. They didn't kick me out, but they were like, "Can you cover up your tattoos? This is an upscale place." And I was like, "Okay." I covered them and then it was fine. But yeah, there was one time I wasn't allowed to sign up for a gym. And then like hot springs and stuff. There's a lot of hot springs where tattoos aren't allowed. I think they're allowed in like the regular public baths though. But yeah, it doesn't really affect your life that much. Obviously I can't like model anymore unless I covered them up, but I can't be bothered. But no, people don't treat you differently. I think also like, and maybe this is a generalization, but I feel like a lot of Japanese people have, I guess you could call it a double standard where it's like if a foreigner does it, it's cool, but if a Japanese person does it, it's bad. It's like a weird like almost like a double standard against themselves. Like if a foreigner has tattoos, it's cool, but if a Japanese person has it, they're like, you know, they're like, what would you call it? Huryo, like not a bad person, but you know what I mean? Like sketchy, maybe sketchy or something. What are the most helpful things for me to know that the universe would like me to know? The most helpful things for you to know. 10 of Wands, 7 of Swords, and 7 of Cups. This is kind of tough energy. There might be something about you like working more than you need to or putting in more efforts than you need to. Whether this is literally like you have too many things going in your life right now, or when it comes to your endeavors, you can leave more to the universe than you might be thinking. Like you might be thinking like, I have to make the whole plan. I have to take all the actions. And the universe is saying, you can leave more to me. So there's that message. And there may also be a message of like, when it comes to all of the projects you have going or all of the responsibilities you have, there might be too many. We have the 7 of Swords here, which is about deception or not seeing the truth of a situation. So it's like, there might be some things in your life that you're holding on to, like an income source, a responsibility. And it's like you think you need it, but you really don't. Because with the 7 of Cups here, I'm being really drawn to the ship. And like, it's showing me like the ship is right there at the dock. And there's this feeling of like, you can leave at any time. You can leave at any time if you just realize that you can. It's almost like the universe is encouraging you to let go of some commitment, to let go of some responsibility. 7 of Cups is illusion, 7 of Swords is deception. So maybe it's like you don't even realize it would be an option to let go, or you would never even consider it. But like, wait, I actually don't have to be exerting myself in this way. I don't have to be pouring my energy into this. I can free up my time and free up my energy for other things. So maybe there's something like that you're not seeing or that you haven't really considered yet. The universe wants you to be more free. And it's not necessarily about working less, but it's like putting more of your energy into things that bring you joy. And it might be time soon to start creating more space, letting go of things so that you can do what really matters. You can do what you really want. And it's funny how, when this came out in Joe's reading, I was saying it reminds me of the Four of Wands, which is what came up for you in the last reading with regards to your business that you want to work on. So maybe making more room for that in your life. And get into the practice of assigning things to the universe, if that makes sense. Rather than feeling you have to do it all by yourself, you have to do it all alone. You can say to yourself, okay, I'm going to be in charge of this thing and this thing, and the rest, I'm going to let the universe do that. Almost like you're delegating things to the universe, and see how they will come through. I'm also, that expression, like work smarter, not harder, is coming to my mind as well. Thank you. Tina is an icon. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't want to leave her. Maybe I'll just stay in Canada, or maybe I'll bring her with me. I'm going to meet her. My moon sign is Gemini. So I'm an air moon, just like Tina. And I have a lot of 12th house placements. I have Venus in Pisces, and I have Sun, Mercury, and Saturn in the 12th house. So I have really strong Pisces energy. So maybe that's why I like her so much, because she's a Pisces. Aw. Rachel's literally exactly how I feel. I never thought someone could be as sappy and romantic as I am. Aw. Then you're definitely mirroring in that way. I was thinking about asking about partnership or friendship too, and that answers this well too. Yay! Being a Gemini moon is so hard. Agreed. So did everybody get 2 questions? Oh my gosh, I have like makeup still residing on my face from yesterday. Oops. I think so. Yes, I think that's everybody. Yeah, it's the end of an era. I wonder what this next chapter is gonna hold. I'm excited, but oh no, I'm not like wearing a full face of makeup. I probably missed some when I was removing it. Eye makeup is really hard to get off, and I don't have like proper makeup remover here. So I just tried to wash it off, and I guess there's still some, I just noticed the smudge under my eyes. So there's still something like, what is it called? Residual. Yeah. It's bittersweet, but I'm not going anywhere. So you don't have to miss me. I'm around. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Patreon. And we can talk anytime. I'll put like, I think I shared last time, but this is my Instagram. So if you guys want to keep in touch. Oh, and probably you should let me know yours too, because I have my DM set up that like I can only DM people like if we're both following each other, or if I'm following them or something. But yeah, that's my, and then you can also like, if you don't have Instagram, you can send me an email as well. Did I spell that right? Yeah. Yeah. It's bittersweet for sure. It feels so weird. it will feel like something is missing, you know? Mm. Ah, all right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming. And like, thank you so much for everything up until now. Um, it's been wonderful. It's been such a wonderful learning experience. It's been wonderful to share in your journeys and, have this time with you. Oh, I'm gonna get emotional. I wish you all the best as well. Thank you so much, Topaz. Um, yeah, so I hope you guys have a great day or night. Remember that we can always stay in touch. Yes, see you in Japan for sure. Yay! And I'm sending you guys all my love, wishing you all the best in whatever you may be working on. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay? I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.